The people in today's video don't act normal. Some disappear.
Whoa, Jeremy?
Others move like they're stuck in a glitch. With roadside vanishings, creepy spells, and unreal strength. Hang on for the clips that broke the internet and left everyone in disbelief.
This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy business right here.
Early one morning in Florida, a man woke up by his dog, freaking out. When he checked the gate, a woman was there, scratching, moaning, and acting bizarre. His wife quickly called 911, and responders showed up to take her away. But the woman's eerie behavior had locals guessing. Was she on something, or was it something darker?
Yo, I'm not sure what happened to this lady, but I'm not sure what happened to this lady.
Zombie walk. While walking through a neighborhood, a guy noticed a barefoot woman moving strangely. Her body twitched in jerky motions that didn't feel real. The guy froze in confusion, but then he realized what it likely was: a zombie. Knowing it was safer not to get involved, he walked away, haunted by what he just saw. Midnight dancer. It was past midnight when a man walked down a quiet street and noticed something strange inside a house. A woman was moving oddly hunched forward, almost dancing, but not in a normal way. Her mouth moved like she was talking to someone, but no one was there. Some say it might have been schizophrenia. Still, the way she moved and stared into nothing gave people chills. Orb attack. A man was walking up the stairs when a glowing orb zipped through the doorway and slammed into him. He just dropped like something yanked him back. CCTV footage shows the orb hitting him before he falls. It moved fast, like it had a target. Whatever that thing was, it definitely wasn't just a trick of the light. Fallen stranger. On a sunny day, a camera caught something truly strange. A sudden flash lit up the sky, and then, out of nowhere, a man in a black hood could be seen on a bench. He got up calmly, like nothing happened. No one knows where he came from, but that moment still freaks people out. Hidden power. A group of students was riding the bus home after a long day. Two girls got into a small argument with some boys. Nothing unusual. But then one boy charged at them, and that's when it got weird. One girl calmly raised her hand, and he flew backward, slamming into the bus wall. Everyone froze. Even she looked terrified. That moment changed everything. Turns out, having powers isn't always cool. It's scary. Eerie man. During a late-night walk, someone spotted a man balancing on top of a pole at an angle that didn't make sense. His arms swayed, but he stayed up there, like gravity didn't apply. It looked impossible, yet he didn't fall. Netizens say it was crazy strength. Others think it was something darker. Either way, guys, it just didn't feel human. Headless figure. A tourist in Indonesia spotted a figure with no head. It was standing across the platform. It didn't walk or speak, but its hands kept moving, like it was doing something no one could explain. That quiet movement made it even creepier. The tourist didn't wait to figure it out. He slowly turned around and got out of there before things got weirder. Vanished cyclist. Late one evening, a man was riding his bike near a quiet bend, but then his bike dropped, and he didn't. It was like something yanked him straight into the sky. Locals searched everywhere, but only found his bike, lying there like he vanished mid-ride. Until this day, no one knows what really happened. Supergirl. A schoolgirl walking home dropped her perfume bottle and it rolled under a parked car. No big deal until she bent down and, without a second thought, grabbed the car and pulled it aside like it weighed nothing. The CCTV clip went viral in Japan. It's been years, but no one has explained it. People still wonder, was it real strength or something beyond human? Candle spell. A man walked up to a stranger on a street carrying a candle, asking the stranger to look into his eyes. Seemed harmless until his eyes turned gray, like something had taken control.
Look at my eyes, look at my eyes.
Yeah. Hey! Oh!
People nearby were stunned, thinking it was real possession. But nope. It was Imad the magician, known for blurring the line between tricks and terrifying reality. Cyclist glitch. A group of friends was filming a fun moment at the park, talking, laughing, nothing strange. But when they watched the video later, something felt off. A man on a bike suddenly appeared behind one of them. 1 second, he wasn't there. The next, he was. And just as quietly, he vanished. Evil neighbor. A man was caught on a doorbell cam doing the unthinkable to his wheelchair-bound neighbor. For years, he made life miserable, breaking stuff, yelling awful things, and even trying to smash the camera with a hammer. It wasn't just once. He kept coming back. His actions were cruel, targeted, and non-stop. Even though he was finally evicted, the footage shows just how disturbing people can be when they let their darker side take over. Door kicker. This clip shows just how weird people can get. A masked man walked up to a door and started kicking it hard, over and over, until the whole thing came off the hinges. But here's the strange part. He didn't go inside. He didn't take anything. Instead, he turned around and ran off like nothing happened. No one knows why he did it. No yelling, no reason, no follow-up. Just kicked the door in and disappeared. Honestly, it's the kind of weird that sticks with you. Smoke Man. Security footage showed a quiet road until a car passed and something weird happened. Right after the car rolled by, an old man suddenly showed up behind it, like he dropped from the trunk. But the trunk was shut tight the whole time. That alone was strange. But what followed was even creepier. As he tried to walk, his body started fading, like he was made of smoke. No one knows who he was, or what he really was. Bare hands. A group of workers showed up to a house like it was just another day. But then their parked van slowly started rolling on its own. Everyone froze, unsure what was going on. That's when one guy, standing on top of the van, jumped down like it was some action movie. And somehow, he stopped the van with his bare hands. The whole moment left workers speechless, like they'd just seen something unreal. Creepy woman. A woman was walking down the street like anyone else until something weird happened. Her face vanished. 2 separate cameras showed the same thing. At times, her face just wasn't there. Locals started whispering that anyone who saw her might be cursed. And strangely enough, just minutes after she passed, a bus came out of nowhere and crashed right where she had walked. Was it all just bad timing, or something a lot creepier going on? Backseat horror. 2 sisters were driving around, singing to Adele, just having fun.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Amy had her phone out, recording the moment. But then, something odd caught her eye in the back seat. She thought it was just her mind playing tricks, until it appeared again. A baby-like face, pale and still, staring straight at her. She panicked and told her sister to rewind the footage. When they checked the clip, the face was there, clear as day, and definitely not theirs.
But baby, best for you.
Chilling encounter. In Bangkok, a home video shook the internet. A young girl stands at her sliding door, chatting and pointing at no one. Her family's confused, but she calmly says she's talking to an old woman with red eyes.
ใส่ชุดสวยไหม
Yeah, red eyes. Then, out of nowhere, the girl's arm jerks forward, like something's pulling her. Was it real? Some say it's just a kid being a kid. Others were not so sure. That look on her face makes you wonder what she really saw. Road spirit.
Babe, what is that?
A man was driving home late at night when something stepped into the road. It looked pale, with long black hair and a blank, haunting face. Dressed in white, the figure walked slowly toward his car. He threw it in reverse, panicking, but the figure kept coming, its face glowing in the headlights. Then, the dashcam footage was cut to black. Just like that. Locals later said this wasn't the first time that figure showed up on that road, and it usually means something bad is coming. GTA runner. This clip looked like it came straight out of a video game glitch. One evening, as traffic moved and people headed home, a man was spotted running on the roadside, but not actually going anywhere. His legs were moving fast, but his body stayed frozen in place. It was like time stopped just for him. Strangely, he didn't even notice. A few seconds later, the glitch ended, and he ran off like nothing happened. No pause, no confusion, just back to normal, and no one had a clue how or why. White shadow. A US doorbell cam caught something strange late at night. Heather was outside with her husband and kids when she spotted a white figure walking behind her. It looked like a woman in a long dress, but no one else was around. At first, she tried to ignore it, but something felt off. When she turned to check again, the figure had vanished into thin air. It was just there, and then it wasn't. No one could explain it. Train clinger. A man was on his usual metro ride to work when something strange caught his eye. There was a blurry shape stuck to the outside of the train door. At first, it looked like a shadow in the tunnel, but once the train hit the sunlight, it became clear it was a person. When the train stopped, the truth hit hard. A young guy had clung to the outside of the train the entire ride. No gear, no safety, just hanging on. One wrong move, and it could have ended way differently. Driver disappeared. This one started out like any normal traffic stop. A woman got pulled over for speeding, nothing strange. But while checking her info, the cop noticed her registration was expired. He walked over to ask her about it, but when he looked inside, the driver's seat was empty. She was gone. No door opening, no movement, no sound. Just vanished. He searched the area, but it was like she was never there. To this day, no one knows what happened. And honestly, it's still one of the creepiest stops ever caught on camera. Wind controller. Look at this guy just standing there, surrounded by dry leaves. Nothing weird at first, but then the wind picked up, and the leaves started spinning around him in a tight circle. They didn't blow away, just kept circling like they were trapped. He barely moved, just raised his hands a little, like he was in control. People nearby watched in silence, filming the whole thing. Some thought it was a trick. Others said it didn't feel normal, like something else was moving the air. Doppelganger. During a live news report, everything seemed normal, until viewers noticed a woman in the background. She looked exactly like the reporter on screen. Same hair, same face, same outfit. It wasn't just similar, it was like seeing double. People online went wild. Some said it was a glitch in the Matrix. Others thought it was a deep fake or some kind of staged trick. But no one could explain it. One camera, one shot, two of the same person, and zero answers. Frozen woman. The next video shows a woman walking down the street until she suddenly freezes in place.
Why is she frozen?
She doesn't blink or move at all, just stands there like time hit pause. People and cars keep going like nothing's wrong, but she stays completely still for nearly a minute. The guy filming was shocked.
Bro, I'm tripping. What the f***?
No one knows what caused it, but it definitely wasn't normal. Walking legs. While making his rounds, a security guard heard strange noises behind a brick wall. He looked over. What he saw didn't make sense. There were legs. Just legs. No arms, no head, no torso. They moved like someone was walking, but no one was there. He didn't dare go closer. That image stuck with him. He says it still haunts him to this day. Whatever that was, it wasn't human. And for him, it became one of the creepiest things he'd ever witnessed on the job. Sudden hit. A guy was just walking home on a quiet street when out of nowhere, a blurry, shadow-like figure sped toward him so fast it knocked him off his feet and spun him midair. Before he could even react, the shadow vanished. He lay there completely dazed, unsure what had just happened. There were no people around, no sounds, just that sudden impact. It felt like something not quite human had just passed right through him. Street stare.
Crazy guy that just popped up in front of my car out of nowhere.
In Brooklyn, a driver caught a moment on camera that he'll never forget. Out of nowhere, a strange man walked into the street and stopped his car. He moved slowly, like something was off, and stared straight through the windshield. The driver tried to back away, but the man just kept following, never saying a word, just staring. The whole thing felt unreal, like the guy wasn't all there. He didn't leave until the police showed up and took him away. Creepy doesn't even begin to cover it.
I called the cops. What the f*** is this? What the f*** is this guy doing?
Truck lift. The next video shows a construction site, but it wasn't your typical workday. One of the workers was caught on camera lifting and moving a 4-ton truck like it was nothing. No tools, no help, just his pure strength. To this day, no one really knows how he did it, but it didn't seem human at all. Vanishing savior. A woman was crossing the street with her baby, not noticing a car racing straight toward them. But just before the unthinkable happened, a strange figure suddenly appeared, grabbed them, and in the blink of an eye, they were on the other side of the road, unharmed. The car sped by, and the figure vanished just as quickly. Bystanders stood frozen. No one could explain who or what had saved them, but the moment felt far from normal. Floating bag. A man was heading down the street when he noticed an older woman struggling, her bag lying a few feet away. Thinking she needed help, he walked over. But before he could say anything, she slowly raised her hand and the bag lifted off the ground and floated right back to her. He froze, unsure if he'd just witnessed a trick or something truly unexplainable. Witch standoff. Security footage showed a strange woman outside a gated property, arms raised like she was casting a spell. The guard stood frozen, unsure whether to run or call for help. Then, out of nowhere, he raised his arm and shouted. A sudden jolt, almost like chain lightning, struck the woman. She stumbled back and collapsed right there. The clip spread fast, and people had questions. Whatever that was, this modern-day witch clearly picked the wrong gate. Ghost walk. A strange figure in a black hoodie was caught on camera walking straight through a locked shop door, like it wasn't even there. What's spookier? A homeless man lying nearby actually saw it happen and quickly sat up, clearly shaken. The door never opened, no alarms went off, and the figure simply vanished inside. Some think it was a camera glitch. Others say it looked like a time-traveling ghost. Stuck shadow. In a creepy piece of footage, a man stood in front of a wall with his arm raised. But when he walked away, his shadow didn't. It stayed frozen on the wall, like it was stuck in time. The moment went viral fast, leaving viewers confused. Some say it was just heat warming the wall, but that shadow didn't feel natural at all. Balcony horror. Angelina and her daughter stayed in room 212 at the Crescent Hotel, a place already tied to ghost stories. Locals talk about a woman in white seen drifting on balconies and sometimes falling into the garden. Around 6 a.m., Angelina stepped out for coffee. Everything was calm until she heard a woman singing from the balcony beside hers, but no one was there. Not a single soul. The voice was clear, soft, and chilling. She believes it was a ghost. And honestly, after hearing the clip, it's hard to argue. Ghost customer. A jewelry store employee thought she was helping a customer, talking, showing items, doing her job. But when coworkers checked the security footage later, there was no one there, just her, talking to empty air. She swore someone walked in, even pointed things out from the display case. The creepiest part? When others came to check, she fainted right on the spot. The clip hit Instagram, and now people are wondering, did she really help a ghost? Or was something messing with her mind? Trance Turkey. A woman had just come to the graveyard to visit a friend's grave, but something nearby felt off. Just a few steps away, a lone turkey kept circling a tombstone.
Just circling the grave.
Non-stop. She stood there for over 10 minutes.
I just started looking 10 minutes ago.
And it never once paused or looked up. It didn't notice her at all, like it was locked in some kind of trance. The way it moved, over and over, felt almost hypnotized. She left soon after, completely creeped out. Ghost Rider. A CCTV camera in Jaipur picked up something no one can explain. At first, it just looked like smoke drifting along the street, but as it moved, the smoke shaped itself into a person on a bicycle. It rode for a few seconds, then slowly faded back into mist and kept going. Everything else in the frame looked normal. No glitch, no tricks, just a smoky figure that came and vanished like it never existed. Midnight arrival. A homeowner in Idaho reviewed his CCTV after it randomly stopped working one night, and what he found was hard to explain. Just past midnight, a tall figure appeared out of thin air right in front of his house. It looked like a broad woman with long hair, calmly standing where no one had been seconds before. No doors opened, no shadows moved, just her, appearing from nowhere. Some say glitch, others aren't so sure. Train clash. In Japan, a tense moment was caught on camera when a foreigner started being loud and drinking on the train, something that seriously breaks Japan's quiet travel rules. That's when a local calmly stood up and dragged him right off. Passengers watched in silence as things got heated. And honestly, if you act like that in Japan, you're kind of asking for it.
Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Fucking I just got attacked though. Dude, come on. What the fuck are you doing? Come on. I just got attacked.
Spirit struggle. A neighbor's camera picked up something truly odd. A man outside was moving back and forth like he was arguing with someone, but no one else was there. His arms flailed, his body twisted, like he was locked in a struggle with nothing. At first, it looked like a meltdown, but the longer it went on, the more it felt off. Was he fighting something only he could see, or something we weren't supposed to? Headless passenger. A group of friends was hanging out at the central station when they noticed a woman walking across the platform. But something was off. She had no head, just calmly pacing, holding her bags like she was waiting for the train. They froze. No one dared get close. They kept staring, trying to make sense of it. But her body moved like nothing was wrong. Whatever that was, ghost, glitch, or something else, it left them totally spooked and speechless. Broomstick figure. A street cam caught something bizarre. A person dressed in white suddenly appearing in the middle of the road, calmly sitting on what looked like a broomstick. No one else was around. Then, without warning, the video cut off. That figure also vanished, and no one has figured out what it was doing or where it went. Creepiest time-lapse.
This is a picture 30 seconds before the figure appeared. The picture with the figure.
This guy in Oregon wanted cool sunset shots, so he set up his new time-lapse camera in an old hilltop cemetery. He left it snapping every 30 seconds and picked it up later that night. Nothing felt off until the next morning. While scrolling through the shots, one frame stops him cold. A tall, dark figure with an oddly long head is just standing by a tree, then vanished.
I will zoom in closer to show a larger image of the figure.
Grinning woman. A man was taking a quiet walk at night when he noticed a woman standing still on the path. At first, nothing seemed off until he got closer. Her face was pale, her grin way too wide, and her eyes didn't blink, just stared straight at him. A chill hit him hard. He walked past quickly, heart racing, and didn't dare look back. Wandering ghost. Late one night in Managua, a groundskeeper was doing his usual rounds when something strange happened. As he walked down a quiet street, a pale figure suddenly appeared out of nowhere. He froze. Before he could move, it rushed past him and vanished behind an old stone pillar. Just like that, gone. Shaken, he thought of La Llorona, the ghost from Folklore known to haunt the night. Even after it ended, that eerie feeling stayed with him. If that was real, what else might be hiding out there? Silent stare. A man was working late at his food stall in Malaysia when a woman walked up, but something felt off. Her eyes were pale white, and her mouth looked stretched into a crooked grin. She didn't say a word, just stood there staring straight into the camera without blinking. Locals believe this matches the look of a churrail, a ghost from Southeast Asian folklore. The vendor never made eye contact. Maybe he knew what happens if you do. Creepy, right? Vehicle vanished. In a quiet Romanian town, a driver was cruising down a familiar road when something strange happened. Just as he was about to make a turn, another car suddenly showed up, right in front of him. There was no sound, no warning. It just appeared and kept moving like nothing was off. The driver was left frozen, unsure if it was even real. Some say it's a camera glitch, but it seriously felt like a glitch in the Matrix. And now let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This strange clip was reportedly filmed somewhere in Kenya, though no one knew the exact spot. At first, everything looked normal at the bus stop. People stood around, waiting, nothing out of place. Then suddenly, the man in the gray shirt was yanked to the ground, like something pulled him. A man in yellow saw it and immediately ran. Seconds later, the man in gray got up and ran too. Strangely, no one else reacted. Some believed it was a prank with string. Others thought it felt paranormal, like something invisible was there, and it wasn't friendly. See you next time!